keep it simple, and singable, but memorable and out of the way of everybody. Okay. So that you don't have instruments landing on melody tones that make it hard on singers. Okay. You know the drill. This is, the routine is to make sure you get a little exercise before you sit. Because if you sit, you know, you're at the mercy of gravity all day. And it's hard on your back and hard on your butt, easy on your legs. So we want to reverse that type of a trend. So anyway, this is day 3 of our Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais song writing. I'm looking forward to it. So yesterday we did a nice little sort of form for the first part of it and got the B section kind of sketched out. And today we're going to continue working on that a little bit. I'll probably come up with some lines that we're going to use for saxophones and maybe some chord punches, things like that, to put in the sketch so that when we orchestrate it, it'll be kind of fun to do and fun to hear. And so I'm going to go over kind of the form. I think will be go over some of the theory that we extract lines from. Remember, when I say theory, it's just a direction. It's just pointing you in a direction. That's all we're asking you to do, is just take the direction, and then you'll change it, because you'll hear changes that you like. So that's kind of what we're going to do on day 3 of Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais. All right, and in the meantime, you know the drill. You know the drill. You got to do it. You got to do it. You know, if you're new to it, you got to do it. That's a phrase that works for everybody. If you're learning the guitar and you're new to it, you got to do it. So, yeah, this is what I do. I like to exercise a little bit, get loose, get the heart pumping, and then go down and work on music, because I love doing that. All right, that's it. We'll see you in a second here. Okay, that's good. Now, I have a special treat for you. Special treat for my friends out there in whatever land it is, the internet land. I want you to meet a friend of mine. This guy's super smart. He's much smarter than me. All right, I want you to meet a very famous guy. He's a grand champion, this guy. All right, you ready? Hey, Remy, come here. Let's show everybody who you are. Hi, this is my boy. This is Rembrandt. Rembrandt is a grand champion. He's a grand champion. He's a studio dog. He hangs out in the studio with me. A lot of times he's wearing a pea coat because he's a grand champion. And, you know, dogs, they pee on everything. Dogs pee on everything. It's really true. You get used to it after a while. Anyway, here we are. We're going down. You guys know the path. Beautiful day. Isn't this beautiful? And there goes Rembrandt. There he goes. He knows what's going on. It's perfect. It's about 42 to 45 degrees. Really nice. And when we get in the studio, it'll be nice and toasty. Take off my my Georgia sweatshirt, just working a t-shirt today. But look at this day, it's just beautiful. This is really a great day. Great day. Hey Ram, you gonna take a hot tub? He loves leaves. He loves leaves. It's really funny. Okay, here we go. All right, so we'll see you at the piano, okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome back, and we're gonna continue writing our little song. And this is Je t'aime plus que tu ne le sais. And we've got a couple sections, and we'll just review real quickly, and then we'll get into it. Where I'm at right now is I've taken the liberty to take what we've played on the guitar and put it on paper so we can start looking at what it looks like on the stave and the tab. Okay, real important. So, you know, it's this one. All that. Then the other section is we'll make this a major seventh. So those are the sections that we have. We want to put little connecting things with the big band. So it might be woodwinds. We're going to look at how we've done some of that. And so having said that, I think I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and so that you can see the actual score. And hopefully it'll sound good too. Good enough so that you can hear the tune. We'll start by playing the tune. So I'm going to share the screen right now, first of all, and you can take a listen to our little song. Just put the guitar down so I can type on the keyboard. And here we go. Let me play this so you can kind of hear it, and then we'll go through it. Here we go. Okay, so obviously this is going to be a little ending that we haven't written yet. And we'll put something in the very beginning as well, which we haven't done. But let's go through this and just kind of explain how to lay it out. So these voicings are all written out. These are what I've been playing. And this is the tab. So it should be easy for you to duplicate on the guitar, figuring these out. You got to practice them. They're kind of fun. But they're big, open voicings and very, very good. This is a sketch, so I know what I'm doing, right? And so it's going to start off with guitar, probably keyboard or keys, some kind of keys, and bass, drums probably. And at 124 is kind of the tempo. This can change. All this can change. And this is going to be just rhythm section going through here, through here, through here, through here. Then I was thinking these guys here, this would be fun woodwinds. And I'm thinking woodwinds like flute, right? Just a little flute. It could also be a little synth lick, a key. You know, keys include synthesizers, so something that matches that sound. And then we're back into rhythm section here, just for this little stretch, which is this would be the verse. We're back into the verse again, second verse. And then up here, this is just 2 bars. And I think this would be fun for muted trumpet and flute. That's an interesting sound. Is this, now don't forget, this is guitar writing. All of this stuff, sorry about that. All of the writing that you're seeing in the guitar, here, that's going to sound an octave lower because this is written in guitar. Okay, so a trumpet player would say, well, that's pretty high for a trumpet. No, it's going to be an octave down. Okay, and when we orchestrate, maybe the flute will be up in this range, doubling the trumpet, and we'll have to see. If not, if we want this line lower, we might put a clarinet because it's the type of sound. Clarinet is a pulse wave. The trumpet with a mute can be a little bit like a, I guess it'd be pulse wave also, but more like a sawtoothy. Depends on the mute. If we use a Harman mute, it's sawtooth type sound. Flute is a round sound. It's like a sine wave sound, okay? So we want to think about combining sounds when we're writing for the orchestra and using our guitar. And so this is just a simple tab, so you can remember where you are on the guitar when you're writing. Now you can write this first and it'll translate up there. You know what I mean? So that's going to be an advantage to using Sibelius. This is the composition software that I use, okay? So this is our little B section, okay? So I'm going to actually say that here so we can see it. My keyboard is really doing some stuff. So this is just a reminder that every time this comes up. Now, the first time, remember we have repeats here, right? So this will be the first time we would probably just put a little bit of a pad here. The first pad, the first time, not real big, thick, or anything like that, okay? Just something nice in the strings, because it's a little longer section. No brass yet, really. And then we're back kind of into a little, this is just a connection bar. And then this would be a nice little lick. And I thought, let's open up the trumpet, because if you remember, we had trumpet in mutes, a muted trumpet here. Now let's open it up here. It's still, if we have a big band, it's either 3 or 4 trumpets. We don't want that many. It'd probably just be one trumpet guy with a woodwind doubling this line, okay? And then when we get to this part, this this is a bigger line. Let's have string pads and brass and treble. So you'll have, or bass and treble. So you'd have a string pad in the treble and in the bass area. This is the tab. So I'm used to looking at piano music too. So it would be broader, a bigger, fuller sound, not giant, but just so the arrangement can grow. And this is a nice line. So somebody's going to pick up this line probably in the strings. Maybe it could be in the viola. Remember, this will sound down an octave because it's written on guitar right now. Then this section, this is the other part of that. And then we have this couple bar transition here. And I just think low brass, you could bring in low brass and trumpets and woodwinds all on this guy. And maybe there'll be a little bit of punchiness to get us back into this. And now we would have high and mid strings with low brass comping. So we'll start bringing in the low brass here. Okay, so this is just a method, everybody. All right, so we want to bring this in here. Low brass in here. And starting here. So we're going to just start bringing in just nice guys in here. And this might have some simple little push. You know, boop up, boop up, boo, ba, 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 type thing. Here, this is lush, full strings and brass, but not punchy. This is big and beautiful. And we have to decide later if we want to write a line here, sort of a harmonized line, or just make it orchestral. It's not very long, so we'll have to decide how we want I'm thinking of our vocal as I've got the main melody sort of in my head, but haven't really sketched it because I'm going to do it with you. I want to show you how to write your melody simply, keep it simple, and singable, but memorable and out of the way of everybody. Okay. So that you don't have instruments landing on melody tones that make it hard on singers. And then this is a building section, and we'll play this again once we've gone through it so you can hear. This will build and expand in both directions. You notice the trajectory is this way, and it's going all the way up to this note. I didn't fill in anything here because I want to wait on that, but these are the lines that I think I want. So it'll also go down. Because say we go down here, so there's going to be a trajectory of expansion here, bwamp and bump, and that's going to be signified by a volume increase as well. And then this will be ensemble, okay? So that means everybody's going to have some kind of line here, ensemble. So, you know, once you get your guitar parts here into Sibelius so you can start seeing them, you go through and you just kind of hear in your head and you just sort of mark it, okay? This guy is going to be okay, and when we get to this, we'll explain it too. I'll show you some different techniques on how to expand the orchestra so it ends. And we have to write it in. It might be only 4 bars. It might be 6. I'm not sure. I doubt it. If it's 5, that'd be the last punch. Okay, so now we're going through that. And that is the very beginning sketch. And, you know, so you spend a day doing what we've done, figuring out chords and kind of mapping it out, getting an idea of your melody. And then you want to get the form. This is the first form. Whenever you see sketch, it means that you can add, you can subtract, you can change, you can do whatever. It's a sketch. It's an artist sketch. It's just the beginning of a new piece. Just like an artist, he's got a sketch. So this is your sketch pad. Sibelius is great for that. But I'm going to stop my sharing, and I just want to show you something with the value Okay, because we have some real value in the way we're voicing stuff. And because I wasn't trying to make a guitar piece, I was what I want to show you is how to use the guitar to do a piece. It's a big band piece with a vocal and the guitar you're using. And so we have these columns, okay? So if this is a G7th pentatonic, so I'm in A flat. Let me do it in G. We have a column here and a column here. Okay, and that's where these chords are coming from the column. And, you know, I don't have to do just this because this goes on. I mean, you know, now I've got this guy too, so I can have, and you can actually do, and that could be, these could be trombones because trombones are open wide sometimes. They have the slide on them, you know, so you can get some real interesting things. Anyway, so these open voicings are great because there's notes in between. So if I go, that could be saxophone, trombones. Okay, the little guys are the sax section. So the big trombones, saxes, and that the saxes can be, they go to the 4 chord, right? So my playing's not great there, but you could get the idea. So every column of this the next position up is this guy, and that has all its columns, right? So the next column is this, the next column is this. And they all have these big open chords. That's all G7th, all that, right? Or G dominant. So that's why, you know, and we have stuff. So let me see here. I'm going to share screen again. Okay, so you can see, here's the columns, all the columns in pairs. And so this is the first one that I played, this. So that's this guy I'm hammering on, right? And then this is the back part of it, which is, so. And then notice that the bottom of this one becomes the first column of this one. See the shape? It's the same. And then the bottom of this one becomes the first shape of this one. And then the bottom of this one, and so forth. And the interesting thing is, look at what these little guys do. Look at what happens. I have all these look at how they are. There are all these little, I call them little triangles, right? So you have straight guys, little triangles, and then you have a couple of these guys, but they're always repeating, okay? There's this guy and this guy, they're kind of reflections. So I'll show you on the guitar. Let me stop sharing here. So if I have this little triangle here, so that's a little triangle, right? And then I go, there's another little triangle, but it's opposite of this one. But this is all part of the G7 first column, first position stuff, right? And so each one of these columns has these shapes, and these are all great brass shapes. Right? All great brass and woodwind shapes for comping. Open, the lower you go in the orchestra, the more open you want stuff, the more room to breathe, because each note in a voicing puts out a lot of overtones. So you don't want to be real tight unless you're using it for an effect. You know, so if you want low trombones and a tight thing for an effect, if you're writing for a horror movie or something like that. But that's why I want you to get used to this, because the guitar can play those open trombone type voicings because of the range of the guitar, right? The range of the guitar is pretty low. It's like here's middle C, here's a C below middle C, and here's the E below that. Okay, and if you have an 8-string guitar, you actually get below cello time, right? So you can really get the range of an orchestra on the guitar. And that's what makes it a valuable instrument as well. So these are the little dominant ninth things. That's those guys, all right? So now let's forget the guitar for a second. Let me grab my phone, okay? I'm actually going to use my phone in front of everybody, but I got to turn it on here so you can see. Got to wait for just a second. Okay, why am I using the phone? We're talking about writing a song. Well, I'm going to use it for the translator because I don't speak French, but I'm learning. And I'm getting to where I can read it pretty good and I can understand it. The pronunciation is pretty good. It's coming. Siri, open translate. Boom. Okay, so now I got my little, you can't see, I know, light is crazy. Anyway, I got translator open. So let's think of a couple of phrases in English and see what it says in French. So the first thing is, I want this to be kind of a traditional feeling where I say, I love you more than you know. I love you more and more each day, and that's the truth. So that's the beginning. That's the first gathering. So let's gather a couple more phrases here, and then I'll show you what we do with those, okay? So let's see here. Okay, I'm going to record in English. How about each morning when I wake up and see your smiling face. Your eyes have love for me and everyone in place. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see. I didn't hit record. So when we wake up, could be instead of when I wake up. I'm not trying to make it about me. So when we wake up in the morning, but then we have to see something. And we see what a beautiful home we live in. When I wake up in the morning and see your beautiful face. Let's just try that much. When I wake up in the morning and I see your beautiful face. Okay. Some complicated words here in French. Check it out. Wait. I got the volume down, so let's put the volume up. Okay, I'll hold this up here so we can get it.
Quand je me réveille le matin et que je vois ton beau visage.
Pretty complicated rhythmically, huh? Okay.
Quand je me réveille le matin et...
Quand je me réveille le matin, quand je me réveille le matin, or quand je me réveille le matin, right? That could be in that pretty section that we have.
Quand je me réveille le matin et que je vois ton beau visage.
Et que je vois ton beau visage. See, French is so much better than English. It's because it says, when I rise or just get up in the morning and I see your beautiful vision. You know, it's like, it's not your beautiful face, even though you haven't washed it yet. It's really beautiful, baby. No, I don't mean that. But I'm just saying French is such a romantic language. And so that's why I want to learn it, because it may take some of my cutting edge humor down a notch. So, quand je me réveille le matin et que je vois ton beau visage. Let me see.
Quand je me réveille le matin et que je vois ton beau visage.
Vois ton bon visage. So let's listen to the rhythm, okay? Just listen to the rhythm.
Quand je me réveille le matin et que je vois ton beau visage.
It's got two sections. It's da 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 ba, hey da 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 da. That's pretty good musical rhythm, right? So you could have a single singer, let's say a female singer, singing the first part of it, and then it could be harmonized on the back part of it. So let's keep that one, okay? Let's keep that one, and let's do another one. When we look at sunsets together in stormy weather. No, sorry. I you're getting a real glimpse of who I am. That's probably dangerous. Let's see. When I wake up in the morning and I see, because my brain immediately goes to really what it's like, which, I'm watching you brush your teeth. You're watching me. It's not that beautiful, actually, but my wife is fantastic. So she can do anything, and I'm going to love it. It'd be very hard for her not to be sexy for me, but for writing a song, this is ancillary bonus content. I'll put it that way. Sorry. If I get too far down the path here, I'm going to have to say that's enough for today, because let's just do a little more of this, though. And I see you're beautiful. It makes me want to write a song about our love, something like that. Okay. Here we go. It makes me want to write a song about our love. Okay, let's see what this is like.
Ça me donne envie d'écrire une chanson sur notre amour.
Boy, we've got to find some rhythms here. Okay, ça me donne envie d'écrire une chanson sur notre amour. Okay, a song of our love. That's what the last thing says. A song of, not about, but a song of or on top of our love. Ça me donne envie. Okay, so envie means to want. So envie, E-N-V-I-E-N, besoin. Usually you use de after it. So j'ai besoin de, I have need for something. But j'ai envie de means I want. Okay, and so envie is in French they would say it gives me, right? Instead of it makes me in English. In French, ça me donne envie d'écrire. It makes me, it gives me want to write a song. See how sexy French is? It's really great. The French people have got it, man. I mean, when it comes to food and love, I don't know about anything else, but those two things I'm pretty sure about. Chanson sur notre amour. To song, a song on our love, not about. I mean, it is sort of about, but it's a song on our love. Hey, there's a song about our love. I'm in the South here too, so we could really make it hokey if I want. Okay, so we have these two phrases, two French phrases. I'm going to think about them, which is what you'll do if you wanted to do this exact same thing. You'll get some French phrases, and you probably won't crack yourself up as much as I do, but you'll get some French phrases. But I'm showing you, what do you do with it? You listen to the rhythm of the language. Now, there's going to be some tough things here because we are going to have some English because, like I said in the very beginning of this, I don't want to be an academic. What I want to do is include French and have some English, maybe repeat the phrase, but in English. So our job when we get to the English is going to be the rhythm of the English and the actual meaning of the words. How do we do it and still make it romantic and nice? Okay, so that's going to be fun and a little bit challenging. And believe it or not, there isn't that many more lyrics to write. We're going to probably have another session, maybe, just like at the end of this session, we're doing some lyrics. So we'll probably do the same thing at the end of the other sessions, and we'll be done. Then it'll be perfecting it and actually writing the melody out against the little sketch that we have so you can see exactly how it is. And you can see if there's any notes where we're stepping on the melody with the guitar or with whatever it is. Or maybe the melody needs to change for the better to not go where it's going. Well, all that stuff. This is quite an art form, so don't expect to boom, I know how to do it. You have to practice, but I'm showing you what to look for. It's like, hey, honey, where's my car keys? They're on the counter in the kitchen. I was there 3 times. I'm finally finding them. Okay, that's because I have man eyes. I didn't see them, right? So anyway, I think that's good enough for today. And I think we made some really good progress. And so here you go.
Ça me donne envie d'écrire une chanson sur notre amour.
See you soon.